Hey, what's up, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, Camille Cabello, Avril Lavigne, Shakira, Christina Aguilera, Mila Kunis, Miley Cyrus, Madison Beer, Jenna Ortega, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Emma Myers, Emma Watson, Emma Louise, Leah, the Playboy models. I think I said Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Sydney Sweeney, the girls from Blackpink, Megan Fox. Um, Trying to think who else. Victoria Justice, the rest of the girlfriend gang that I know you guys are all gonna watch and give them shit for the rest of their lives. Please call Witt and Schneider or Schneider and Witt, whichever case Schneider is pretending it to be, and bitch them out to all hell that Kay Schneider is a strangeling. I swear to you, it's been documented evidence by the Supreme Court that Kay Snyder is a strangeling. Same thing with Kathy Gabriel, Robin Bellina, Bruce Rivers, and Faye Bernstein. Somehow they all became strangelings and vanished into the Ozarks and only want to talk to you and Watson. Now, Watson, how did you get credit for all that? Huh? Who's the money behind Watson? Watson's a strangeling, and yes, I have kicked Watson, and I have apologized to Watson numerous times. He is so mean to me. Same thing with his other clones. How dare them not talk to me enough? And Watson, I hope you're watching on your AI blog and or on my RSS feed, which needs to be connected up into all of them. And Taylor Swift, you're still a strangeling. You're still a goddess. I'm not that pissed at you anymore. Only Travis Kelce is a sister. I swear to God. He does drag and cross dresses on the weekends. Same thing with Jason. And they're stalking me on my Facebook page, trying to get me to go on New Heights. Shaquille O'Neal, my black brethren, you need to tell them to stop trying to talk to me on their Facebook page because they're aliens. It's not their fault. They all wanted to date my wives and couldn't without being busted. Hopefully, those no infrared tapes of Travis Kelce getting it on with Taylor Swift, or Taylor Swift can be forced into infidelity clauses in the contract. She's a strangeling and not a Galian. I'll take the Galian part back, Taylor Swift, on one condition. You say hi to me. Peace. Oh, and one more thing. I forgot what I was supposed to say now. Let me think about it with having the camera on. Oh, what's up, YouTube? And what's up, Twitch? Um, I do not want to be a country star. So if you have country music in my name, please ask Dr. Dre, T Pain, and E40, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Too Short, and like E40, Easy E, and all of them that are on my new rap and pop labels to transfer it into rap and hip hop America. Get on your Facebooks and your Twitters and tell them to do it. And if everybody, we should start charts just for me off of Billboard for only my content on which is your favorite track that's coming out. Yes, we're using some AI, but it should have been typed in by my actual programmers. I am not a fan of country. Yes, Taylor does some country, but what I know her of is a pop vocalist, which is what me and Simon Cowell hired her for. Yes, she's a national star, and we went there, Taylor. But that city is extremely weird on me. I don't like wearing shit kickers, even though I used to own a pair and used to be extremely country. I do not want to be country like George W. Bush, who lives in Texas, or Jebediah, who had to move 5 states or 4 states away to Florida to exude his power, just to get away from George W. for a few months, because they're always at each other's necks at every family convention, no matter what the time of the day. And unfortunately, Kathy Gabriel, I was hoping you'd call me, but again, you still haven't, except for once in the hospital. You said you'd call me, and now I'm crying. It just makes me so upset that Kathy Gabriel, my own attorney, is so strange they won't even call me back. But I'm glad you're making money, Kathy Gabriel. Keep living the dream. Same thing with UK Snyder and Bruce Rivers, Fayetteville Bumstein, Jay Toomey, the rest of the Minnesota Supreme Court, my underlings, the team, my administration. Unfortunately, I'd like the news to document who's actually in my administration. And unfortunately, Bernie Sanders was hired. Why, I don't know. And why he's a socialist when this is a capitalist country and has been for more than 30 years. And unfortunately, JJ's a strangeling. JJ doesn't like being teased from the cat JJ in the playhouse. It just sticks in his craw, everybody. So all of my female artists and female fans should call up JJ and ask him why he's a strangeling and apologize to him for me calling him a Galian and just see what he thinks. Because that's bad for his reputation. Because he's not really JJ, that's gay gay. His wife has a problem with him and his brotherly love towards me. Unfortunately, the hate mail and the shit clinging that you're causing, JJ, is only making me think that we should hire Howard Stern to our weekend show. What do you think, Howard Stern? Call jssmn.com or Whitlaw and find out how you can go about doing that, Howard. And Howard, Private Parts as a book rocked. How dare you for doing that book? I should do it too. What do you think, James Patterson? Should we do something like that? What do you think, Steve Patterson? Should we do a book like that? Let me know on 104.7kcld.com what everybody thinks about that. And unfortunately, Kara Moody got married to David Eccleston or Everett or whatever he or she is choosing to call herself today. That isn't my problem. I moved on. It's been 15 years or 13 years or 12 years or whatever it's been. Unfortunately, I wasn't keeping track until late. I've moved on with my life. And if you'd like money from me, I don't give money out. Ever. Well, I have in the past to California, which is a big mistake. But they rocked. I loved California when I lived there. I miss my wineries and my vineyards that I own. I miss the Ivory Coast. I miss Great Britain. I miss Russia. I don't miss Johannesburg, but they got great music in Johannesburg. Africa is pretty cool, but I don't want to go back. I like my bed and my podcast. So JJ, I'm sorry for the shit feeling that it caused, calling you all kinds of names, but you were awfully rude to me when I was just trying to call in and poke fun at you and become radio famous. And unfortunately, I've gone way beyond radio famous. What's up, Bruno Mars? What's up, Lady Gaga or Lady Goo Goo? Your monsters have been all over me for the last 10 years. What's up, Camille Cabello? I hope your monsters aren't all over you still anymore. Just remember, there's some content that we just got to stay away from. You got to learn how to say no. Same thing with you, Ariana Grande, Blackpink. There's all of my Galian lawyers and your Galian lawyers not getting on the same page and don't want you depicted as strippers, but yet want you to have on-stage sex. Somehow that's not jiving with me. And somehow the AMA is just tanked by having fake people on there. Yes, the most they let you actually do the AMAs for is 5 times. That just stinks. Taylor goes there all the time. The rest of them go there all the time. I don't like going to award shows because one, I gotta pee after drinking all the soda and the chips and all that kind of stuff. I have to run down the red carpet having to pee. Other people like going to those. Do I approve of them doing lock-ins at these events? No, because they ask some pretty dumb questions that make it for pretty comical answers. So celebrities going to these events, tell them what your concerns are about these people that are in these lock-ins. Read up about them and then go back over there and talk to them. Or ask the producer who's standing there with the camera or the sheriff or whoever is near there, the FBI agent in some cases, why that person's on a lock-in. And interview them right back. That pisses people off, especially a journalist like me, who doesn't like being here. But I'm here, which is Robin Bellina's fault. It's all her fault. Everything. The whole world. Just kidding, Robin Bellina. Do I like listening to attack raps and attack music? No. Do I like listening to attack ads? No. Do I like listening to hate mail? No, but I get paid for listening to it. Only because Cat and JJ in the playoffs are mean to me. How dare they do this to me? It's all their fault. Same thing with Derek Lee and Mason. They make me listen to all your complaints. How dare them? Well, as you can see, I feel better after an online debate and a little court appearance with me hiring articularities. This is extremely difficult to do and expensive. So I want to know what's up with Donald Drizzle Trump and Jason No Dizzle Vance and the Diddler. We should find out what's going on with the Diddler. So Bruce Rivers, could you find out what's going on with the Diddler? Or P Diddler, as Eminem should call him, P Diddler. Now, did you hear the latest news on that? That's scary. That's just a scary thought, Jason David Vance, that you're repeatedly talking poopy about me after that general realization just became true over a podcast that a real television and radio station, excuse me, a pending television and radio station combination with me and Derek Lee and Kat and JJ and Mason and Chris Cruz are making to Kay Schneider and the Supreme Court and Congress and the Senate and the White House to have KCLB made into a television and a radio station in St. Cloud national. That's my idea. I'm pitching it to the lawyers, not to the general public. Just do it, Kay Schneider and Associates, or Witt and Gabriel, Witt and Schneider, whitlawfirm.com. Could you call them up and bother them and tell them that's what we should do with KCLB and K Cloud? Because iHeartMedia prefers streaming content because that's how America reads their content. What about grandma and grandpa prefer watching TV over their cable or satellite dish? Because there's a system for that too. So we can do all five forms or six forms of broadcasting together. Somehow that's going to work someday. Because it's happening in America. Right on your screen, right now. Now, T Pain, could you please stand up and then sit back down again and have a beer, do a doobie, and whatever. And tell Cat and JJ in the Playhouse they're not so mean to me, but they're cruel and insensitive. And Derek Lee happens to be the nicest individual on the face of the planet for putting up with me. How dare he do such a thing, America? We know. What was Jason David Vance arrested for so many times in the military? That's what I want to know. ABC, NBC, CNBC, Fox News, CBS News, CNN, News Nation, Reuters. Did we find out what Jason David Vance was actually arrested for in the military? Or why Donald Trump was building on my property without enough money to survive on it with? A White House replica only larger that I want back and not to move in, but only move my staff in without him in there, or a set that he likes living in, but I'm hoping they aren't shooting crank and meth in or doing illicit drugs other than marijuana, which is now legal in the state of Florida with a drug permit, I believe, or a national permit. Unlike Minnesota, is legal for recreational sales now, in Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Well, non-dingleberry type folk watching my podcast and non-mean people, and remember, mean people suck. This is the conclusion of my podcast for a while today until something comes up where I hear more dirt. And hopefully, Dave's Dirt will feature Jason David Vance and his dirt on Dave Ryan in the Morning Show. And Felonies in the Afternoon will also feature Jason David Vance and the Trump administration's dirt on 101.3 KDWB, because they are public figures and they do sling the dirt as well as I do. And I get beaten up in the press a lot for it. And with that said, good night and good luck. Peace out. Have fun. Stay safe. Chicken, peace, and grease. That's hot. Oh. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Be kind to one another, except for Jason David Vance and Donald Trump.